We're back in the kitchen with Courtney Finley, cooking with Courtney. It's the last recipe of the year of this season of The Better Half, and it looks like a great one.
Yeah, I really like it. It's a great recipe for family and friends, and it feeds a ton of people, so it's really easy.
If you're having people over for the holidays, for the new year, or you're just sitting around playing with all your Christmas gifts, have this going on in the kitchen, and then everybody can dive in after.
And it's kind of like the spinach dip. You kind of just throw everything in, let it heat up, and then it's good to eat.
All right.
So let's start first. Just big pot, so everything fits in.
Big pot, check.
Big pot. Oh, and you know what? To start, will you put the tortilla strips in the oven? So to get the tortilla strips, I just take corn tortillas, get a pizza cutter, and just kind of roll them, cut them up, and put them in the oven, 400 degrees for about 5 to 10 minutes. Let them get crispy and brown. But here I start with some olive oil, and I kind of just cover the bottom of the pot. Okay. And then I take corn. I usually get frozen corn again, and just use that. About a cup to 2 cups, depending on what you like the consistency of your tortilla soup to be. So corn. Okay. And then some onion, a chopped onion. I really, really like onion, so I do a whole onion.
I really like onion too, but I like someone else to chop it.
Yeah. Well, at Festival and other places, maybe even Quick Trip, you can get it pre-chopped, which makes life easy. Oh. Okay, so I just kind of let the... I'm
Courtney's can opener.
Yeah. I just let the corn and the onion kind of simmer in the pot. In the meantime, I shred some chicken. Usually I'll bake it beforehand or even boil it, and then shred it and season it to taste. Garlic, salt, pepper, whatever you usually season your chicken with.
Could you take the chicken off of a rotisserie that's already done for you?
Yeah, any way to get some done-cooked chicken.
Okay, great.
And you can either shred it or chop it, so make sure that's there. And then you're going to need chicken broth, and you can use a fresh tomato and just chop a fresh tomato and put it in your soup.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I like to just get the canned. It just cuts down on the prep time.
Do you need this now?
Yep, so just add that to the onion and the corn, and this is just chicken broth. I do about 2 cans of the chicken broth.
Let me get that other one open.
Yep.
I love soups because they can be very healthy for you, but they're so filling.
They are filling, and I feel like they keep well in the refrigerator, and you can have them, the next day for lunch.
And this one involves cheese, and we know where I am.
You love cheese. Yes. I'll just add the chicken too while you're. And like I said, this dish is just, you kind of just throw everything together, and there's no order, no sequence, except you really want to get the corn and the onion sauteed in that olive oil.
Have you had any cravings being pregnant?
Just my usual, everything. I just crave everything all the time. Morning, noon, night, midnight, 3 a.m.
Is there anything you can't eat when you're pregnant?
There's like raw sushi, but I was never a big sushi fan, so that's not something I really had to cut out.
I didn't like meat when I was pregnant with my first. It tasted really weird to me.
Red meat, I really try to avoid red meat. It kind of just makes me nauseous, and I try to avoid the meat section at the grocery store. That's a little nauseating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked cheese though when I was pregnant.
You still like cheese, right? Nothing's really changed. So while we're mixing these things in, you want to add the chopped tomato. And you want to leave the juice in because it kind of gives some flavor to the broth.
Good. And I love diced green chilies. I use this in I do have one dish that I make.
One dish. There you go.
I make chicken enchiladas, and I use these in there. It makes all the difference.
It does. So I just throw that in too with this. Gives a little heat, a little flavor.
Excellent.
There you go. And then if you want to chop that cilantro, do you know how to chop?
I don't have knife skills. No, I do not have mad knife skills, but I won't cut myself. I promise.
Good. And then I just add that.
Do you want it to be chopped finer than that?
No, that's perfect, Rach.
Seriously, do not watch my knife skills. Okay, is that good?
Yeah, and you know what? You don't have to be a chef, Rach. You just have to get the job done.
Okay. And it goes in there?
Yep, it just goes in there. And then last but not least, we have some chili pepper powder.
Chili powder?
Yep.
Okay.
Just stir that right on in, and then some garlic because
garlic makes everything better.
Yeah,
it's kind of like cheese.
Exactly. Yeah. There you go.
Do you know how much garlic was in there? That looked like maybe...
I put about a teaspoon in.
Okay, that's what that looked like, yeah.
It just depends on how big of a batch you're making, like I said. And then I let my soup kind of boil and cook for about 20-30 minutes to let the flavor kind of mix together. Okay. And then I always top it with my favorite, cheese and avocado. Optional. Some people do
right
sour
on top
cream.
like that?
Yeah, some people do sour cream on top.
Should I get that out?
Tortillas should be ready to help top that soup. But like I said, it's just an easy
and
dish.
And these go like 5 to 10 minutes, you said, until they're crispy?
Yeah, just 5 to 10 minutes.
I'm just going to grab a few off and just
don't burn yourself.
Yeah, it's hot.
And it makes it look pretty.
That looks.
Yeah. Like I said, I just use a pizza cutter and just slice them up. There's no pretty way to do it. But yeah, you can just put that down to the side.
Put that over here.
We'll put some
so nobody walks into it.
Cheese on top. I'll get some avocado sliced up. And that's optional. Like my kids, they prefer the...
It's a big knife.
Yeah, it's a really big knife for chopping avocado.
Should we just peel it?
There you go, yeah. My kids don't like avocado on their tortilla soup, but I do.
I do.
Just makes it look
pretty.
We can
even... Ladies, you want to try some?
Yes.
Come on in, girlfriend.
Definitely.
It looks really good.
The presentation is so beautiful.
I know you do.
And it's what, 10 degrees outside, so it's perfect for some warm soup to heat you on up.
And you just totally made
Which
it look
one is
so
the finished
easy.
one?
Look at that.
This is almost finished.
Yeah, I would go for that one right there.
Already done.
Take a look at that.
I actually want some spinach dip.
Okay. Yeah, well, we'll dish up soup for all the ladies here on The Better Half, and we'll be right back after this.